So some things have happened, and these cabinets, well, they need some help. There's a lot of neglect. So, even in one of the last video, which was quite a little while ago, I said that if you can't take care of everything, that maybe you have too many. So I've also heeded that advice, and I've purged a few things, but I'm trying to get back on top of it. So I'm going to take you guys through what I have going on here. It's not always going to be pretty. I'll show you what I intend to do, and I'll give you a list of upcoming videos that are going to happen as I go through these cabinets and show you what I'm going to do to reset this, and give myself a little pat on the back here and there, but be a lot of little hand slaps and hanging my head in shame. So let's get into it. So here comes the good, the bad, the ugly. In this one, a mixture of good and bad. I have my cupria right here, which is, what I mean. It's been a tough go. I haven't been very consistent with the watering. I haven't been able to fertilize a whole heck of a lot. This cabinet did have pests at some point. Thrips a little bit, and had quite a bit of spider mites, especially on the varicosum, which suffered greatly. So it's gotten a little bit leggy. Some of the leaves have kind of come back. We're getting burning, discoloring. Like I'm probably going to end up having to cut this one right back. I still have the growth coming in, so there's a high possibility that in the upcoming future that I might actually cut this and try and see what I can get. It is growing into the moss pole, so there should be roots in this area that I could basically start fresh. It has been too close to the lights. You are getting some burning from there. Coming off of winter, the humidity in this cabinet wasn't quite sufficient for everything that was going on. Other things like the string of turtles, my anthurium, it's not crispy, so it's doing okay. It's been holding its own. I had someone off Marketplace do a trade with me for one of my Oreas for the Monstera Mint, and at least it has something coming out, which I'm excited about. Jacqueline struggled. It did size up pretty decent, but again, unless you are paying attention to your plants and you are keeping on a good schedule, like a watering schedule, they don't do very good for you. And I am going to be now a victim of my own, I don't want to say laziness, but lack of attention. Peru's been doing pretty good. I've kind of struggled with this one to keep going, but I guess it must be just a slow grower. I don't know if you guys let me know. It is in a fairly chunky mix. I do have something coming up. There could be something inside there. I'm not sure. Yeah, so this cabinet, I'm feeling like I'm going to have to just get the humidity, work on some more of the consistent watering. I will probably get this guy chopped up. The Milano Chrysan, I have another one in my kitchen that was given to me, and I think that I'm actually going to get off this moss pole because, guys, these moss poles don't work very well. They just dry out way too much, but I did have that nearby while I didn't have any of the plastic ones. So I've defaulted to that one just so that I could actually get some roots going in. So that when I do put it onto a good moss pole and I get them together, that everything should work out pretty good. Beside this one, it's doing not too bad in here. A few issues. My obliqua Peru, it's starting to get pretty leggy. I have a trailer that basically goes all the way around. I'm not sure on how we need to encourage that kind of, like, get the leaves to pop out. If someone on here has an idea on how I could encourage that. The growth doesn't seem to be too bad. It doesn't die back very quickly, so I think the conditions are not doing too bad. But if I could figure out how to maybe propagate that, I had tried a runner before, and get it stuck in the moss to see if I could propagate it. It did not take, so I'm open to suggestions. Otherwise, everything else in here seems to be holding its own. No real big issues in here. The Orea's popped out a new leaf recently, which looks really great. And then I got myself one of my dragon scales. I don't know if it's variegated. I don't know if you could tell the variegated. I got like perlite sticking on that. So aside from a few dead things in here, it doesn't seem to be doing too bad. Veitchii had set up another leaf. My Rhaphidophora tetrasperma, it's doing really well. I have a second one over here. I'm thinking about maybe putting the two together, and then move it over to the other cabinet over here. Get into that guy, give it a little bit more space to run. And then the Albo has been doing pretty good too. It took a while to root. It was a top cutting from a friend's plant, so it was just clipped and then thrown into the moss. So its last leaf gave me this one, which is just an ever so slight splash of green. So I think that my next one will probably be a little bit more green, and which would be great because I'd like it to be able to photosynthesize just a little bit more. And in the back here, I have a Burl Marx Fantasy that I started from a clipping, which was actually an Etsy thing. I was looking for a different plant. That's what I ended up getting. And I said, heck, why not? Let's go with it. So currently working on trying to size that one up. Then when we get over to here, everything seems to be doing not too bad. I've had to struggle with mealybugs on my linearis, which I have some more clippings going on in that cabinet right now to fill this one out. Again, I haven't cleaned these ones out today. I'm doing it. I wanted to show you guys that, you know, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Curtisii, the Wayedii, they're doing okay. The pearls have gone downhill. Again, it struggled with mealybugs. I've been trying to stay on top of the watering, just because either you're dying, they're going to go quite shrivelry, or lack of water, which I am very much guilty of in the past little while. I have another one of my Oreas, which was a top cut, which was doing okay. I did get a bunch that ended up burning off. I still haven't cut these back yet. Hoya's doing good in the back. She's doing pretty good. I've always had a hard time with this one as well. One's a little bit dry. I need to get on top of that moss pole, but it might need to be cut back or encouraged. In this back corner, I used to have a Soderoid. You might have seen from my other videos, but it didn't make it. So this guy has to come out, and I'll reuse that moss pole. I think that my Tycon, he is also going to come out of this cabinet. I don't feel like there should be any reason why it stays in there, but the leaves have sized up pretty nicely. And I might actually make this spot here, the spot where I put the Rhaphidophora tetrasperma in. So, but all in all, trying to prop some more string of pearls, variegated. Another little Hoya back here that I had propagated. It's slowly making roots. It's not popping out anymore, which is kind of nice. So we might do a little bit of a reorganization, take a few plants out of here and kind of readjust. So I will take you guys along that journey to see what we end up doing. Oh, actually for rail, everything seems to be doing pretty good up here, considering that the amount of watering that I didn't do. So if you guys are looking for something a little bit hardier, then these are the ones. Basically, you have some Dischidias and some Hoyas. Really nice coloring on like the Hoyas. It does get a half decent bit amount of light. In the evening, the sun comes down here and shoots along here, so it gets about 3 or 4 hours. This whole side gets about 3 or 4 hours of pretty much direct sunlight. So just to be sure about these guys down here, I will close these blinds a little bit just so that it doesn't get such a direct. But things like my Paradoxa have done fairly well in here. I do have the Soltech track lighting system that I use in here, as well as a pendant. But then I also have some cheapies that you've seen in my other videos, which has helped me get through the winter, right? So everything back in here, just it's status quo. Brazil, you know, I mean, a couple air plants, ponytail palm, a raven, which is doing really good. It's popping out some new stuff, which, like you guys know, they come out green and then they go black. That is not variegated. That is dead. But I'm letting this guy actually run a little bit more. Hi. Um, this used to be my Florida Ghost, and it has basically reverted to just green, which I still love, but I did work hard to try and maintain the variegation, and it did not happen, followed by a bat of thrips. So it's been an ongoing battle, right? Otherwise, everything else here is doing okay. I have a bunch of props of spider plants in here from the different ones that I've had kicking around the house. Billetai, I had in the cabinet for quite some time. It did well. Since I've taken it out, it has also still done well. It does look everything like sizing up. I do have a little bit of a collar in here for moss, just to help those aerial roots get. The dead air plant, right? More propagations. Ripsalis. This Ripsalis, I'm not sure the exact breed or which make it is, but it does fairly well in a really chunky soil. And it will get some of the spin off from the Soltech track light here. But for the most part, it's just under the LEDs and it seems to be hold. However, I've had a few issues with mealybugs. So you will get some things that getting like leaves and branches that end up dropping off. Money plant is doing just fine as long as I try to stay on top of the watering. In here, humidity tends to be pretty good, but there's a lot of stuff that is happening. So a couple dead plant, dead one, almost dead, struggling. Propagations going for the linearis. My Aurea, again, it needs to kind of get out of here. I had the Sonii marble. Like, there's just, I don't even know what I'm going to do with that. I don't even know. I'm going to take a look, see what I have for roots. I'm going to see something that's happened. It looks like I have at least something coming in right there. So I might be able to try and reroot something in this area and get that a fresh start. What is going on here? Okay, so it's holding. It's holding. This is a kind of a newer one. I picked it up and then basically stopped paying attention to things. You know how it is, guys. Life gets in the way. We had an ice storm here, a lot of damage, a bunch of birthdays, new work, longer hours, proms, kids graduating, etc., etc., etc. So it's just one thing after the other. My other Veitchii, I had this Hoya. It had grown up into here, so I've had recently chopped it and I just let the Hoya root in there. So there's going to be a lot of stuff that happens in here. A couple things need to come out, maybe put some things together. So yeah, we're going to have lots of videos coming up in the next little while. If you guys have any tips, you see something I'm doing wrong, again, we're Clueless Plant Duo. We do not know exactly what we're doing, but we are enthusiasts, and we appreciate anybody else's insight, because none of us like to go it alone. And ideally, if we could tap in as a community and show me what I could do better or ideas, and I will continue to put out these ideas to you guys just to uh, help us all get along, right? So, yeah, anyways, we appreciate you, and thank you for inviting us into your home. See you soon, guys.